No, but so I mean, I wanted to even ask you, like, when during that period of time when you were vlogging, I feel like YouTube is a very difficult platform to grow in.
We'll talk about it.
And so, how did you just still kept pushing through, still going, posting the vlogs on YouTube, and basically continuing with your journey until you said, okay, maybe this is still what I want to pursue, and just keep up the consistency and stuff.
Yeah, I think to answer your question, what pushed me was I am someone who I operate like it's plan A or plan A. Like this has got to work. So even pushing myself, I will say I have to give like props to having like a community of creators where a lot of people are like, you're doing the same thing, and so we would hold each other accountable. Like Alice, where's the vlog? Or like Alexia, when is this dropping? So that really helped. But yeah, I was very intentional about it. Like I actually wanted to make it work. I am still figuring, even though it doesn't sometimes it doesn't look like it, but I'm still trying to figure out the ropes and everything. But yeah, I think what guided me the most was the intentionality. Like I really wanted it to work. Yeah.
Okay, I really like that. I think I gave up.
And it's
but
okay.
I gave up on that particular journey,
And then
or I took a pause. But the love for content creation still remains. It's still what I do.
Yeah.
It's still my everything.
It
it's
really
just
is
in a
the love
kind of dynamic. Maybe it's whether it's for brand partnerships, whether it's for the podcast, whether it's for MTS, which is my other podcast. Go check it out. It's still a content creation journey, just a different path. And so I think it's also still just goes to show you need to like really want to do it if you're gonna make it in this space, especially because competition right now is so high, girl. Everybody's a content creator, honey.
Yeah.
Everybody's a podcaster. How many people have a podcast now? Everybody.
But it's interesting, like when I hear people say that, because I don't even think we have scratched the surface. Like I don't even think our market is quote unquote saturated
for content creators.
Yeah, like I think the more the merrier, and that way we are able to either like have like the more numbers there are, the more it starts to feel like an industry that is growing. And with a bigger industry means there's like standardized regulation. Like it would be great. So please join the platforms. Thank you.
And I had I don't know if you joined the live that Terembe, Patricia,
Miss Tracy and Susan,
yes, had. And people are always like, oh, should we niche? Something that's a lot stood out for me, but someone kept asking about niching, and some guy said, you are the niche. You are the niche.
Yeah.
And I was like, powerful.
It's interesting.
Because I'm like, there's no one like me. There's no one who talks like me, does things the way I do, looks
You're
like
very
me.
unique to you.
I am the niche. I don't have to fit into, when you think of niche, it's like food.
That used to bug me
beauty.
all the time. I used to be so frustrated because everybody has a niche. Stephanie is doing makeup, David is cooking.
Yeah.
What's Alice doing?
Exactly.
No, that is what actually prompted me to even branch out into SNS.
Yes.
Because I had felt for the longest time I had been boxed into being like which there's nothing wrong, by the way, with niching. It's just for me, I felt like I'd been in a box of she's just the babe who does makeup, and I was like, there has to be more to me than just that. So
that
I had to
identity.
now merge my degree and content and now birth something new. So
I
the
think
niching
that's
thing
almost the same thing Stephanie
speaks
came
to
and
me.
told us, like, I'm tired of just doing makeup content and being identified as this. Now I want to do a lot more lifestyle stuff, and I see she's been pursuing. I see her campaign with Shivas has been going well. Shout out to our girl Steph.
So. And I want to know more about Steph than sometimes just the makeup.
Exactly.
So I think when you sort of remove yourself from the box, people get to fall in love with other elements of you, or get to connect
but
with you
also
on a
might
deeper...
feel more entitled.
Yes. So I feel like, as you said, it's okay if you feel like you want to niche and you've gotten it and it works for you. There's some people who just cook. Even like, okay, Dennis Obachi at least he gives us some fatherhood content. But there's some people, even they don't have or they have a faceless page, like three broke foodies or something. They've never shown their faces. They just do reviews, restaurants, and that's it. And that's their niche. I believe they're ladies, their niche, and that's it. And it works for them and for their audience. So I feel like it's you just go and figure it out. I guess.
I think for me also, because where we are with I would like to see the beauty industry. There's nothing new under the sun. So I started to think of myself in the space and my longevity. Like there are only so many tutorials I can do,
you know. Skincare that's just like
exactly. So it was very SNS really gave me like it opened a door for me to express myself in different ways other than those I had been inclined to share.
Which is awesome. We love to hear it. We love to see it, and we're wishing you all the best as you do SNS
from your mouth to God's ears.
Amen. Amen. But it's gonna do good. Like you know when the effort translates, like even as an audience consumer, as a consumer, you can see something that you 100% think is gonna be successful, and I think you are definitely in that realm because of all the effort you've put in, which I think we're also gonna talk about, like having a team, and now to grow a business you need more money, and where's that more money coming from, and now just this striking a balance. Basically.
Thank you. In fact, that's what I wanted to ask. Like
segue.
Yes.
Segue.
We didn't plan it. We just flow like that. How do you balance everything? I feel like sometimes it may look easy. I think even before we started recording, and then like after, I'm like, what? You actually do all that? I think when you just view from a screen and you're like, oh, episodes come out every Wednesday, and you're like, but like there's planning, there's organizing your team still, and your personal content as well. So how do you balance all of that? And I don't know if you manage to stay afloat. Like, how's that for you?
I think for the longest time I was working towards achieving a balance. But then for me, it's not feasible. And I think I saw this somewhere, how in place of us striving to achieve work-life balance, we achieve harmony.
Yes.
Because when you think of balance, I often alluded to, like, there's a tipping of scales.
Yes.
So often one thing will get, more than the other. But then for me now, I think about it like harmony. So everything to just, it's like an ebb and flow and coexistence, and everything just melts together into one pot.
Yes.
So I don't know if I have ever achieved or will ever achieve a balance, but I am working and striving towards achieving some form of harmony. So for me, SNS at the moment is singing like three voices, if you actually think of it like a harmony, because it's what is taking a lot of my priority. So how I would achieve said harmony is I like to think I'm a good planner.
Okay.
I am not a spontaneous person. Even in my own personal life, I do not like spontaneity. I don't really thrive in uncertainty and gray areas. I like things black and white and properly planned.
And aware of them, and
and I like to be in control,
Okay.
So SNS is what takes a majority of my priority at the moment. And usually because should I get into how we shoot? Okay, so we bulk film, which means we meet probably twice in a month, back to back, and we shoot all the episodes that you see, and then we roll them out weekly. But before you see us coming together, there's been like a week or two before of me sitting down with my team, and we're like, these are the dates we want to log, and then we have to synchronize with the management for location shoot. Then now we get to the guests, and now it's also like a lot of back and forth. Are you available? What does this time work for you? So I don't know really, but I know at the moment SNS takes first precedence, and then everything else just falls into place.
And I think one thing that stood out for me is yourself. You know you don't like surprises. You don't
I'm very clear.
You want to be in
I
control.
love clarity.
So I think that way you're able to work backwards and be like, okay, then I need to start planning for this once in a month shoot. Like at this point, I need to lock down these things and talk to management and stuff like that. So I think what stood out for me there is just knowing yourself and how you work. There's some people.
I cannot do something
Can
spontaneous.
you just tell us how you got to that point of organization?
I think we need a private session.
I think
because me, even waking up, especially working from home, it's like my schedule changes. About 2 weeks, maybe they'll get a new schedule, but it's always just like I lack sometimes that level of consistency. I know that things I'm gonna do them because they're like 2 deadlines. Maybe I've set for myself, but especially if they're for myself, I'm not as strict. So how did you get to that?
I don't know. I will say I get a satisfaction from to-do lists. I literally have an app on my phone called Todoist. So I tick off, I write everything